So there is and was a lot of people waiting outside the gold and silver bullion to buy gold and silver. Now this usually does mark the top, or can indicate one of the signs have been the top for certain asset classes. For example, with Bitcoin and crypto, when your grandma's buying Bitcoin, gold, everybody stood outside. Look at this, there's queues and queues of people, which is crazy, who are buying. And usually when retail are involved and they come in, it marks the top. And it did actually mark the local top, which is crazy, because as soon as them videos came out, right at the top, gold started to dump. Now it hasn't dumped like crazy, but it has dumped, which is 7-8%, but it's still respecting the trend line. Now everyone thinks it's over. That leads me to believe it may not be, because it's coming to oversold on the 4-hourly time frame, and it's still respecting this trend line, both gold and silver, which shows me that there is a potential that we see higher prices. Don't get me wrong, my sells currently seem correct. I have made profit. I think I sold around here and I bought at like 30 something dollars, so I got out of there because I believe there's limited upside and it's more risky to be in these assets currently, because I think we're going to see a bear market next year. Usually when things reach all-time highs, you see major comebacks. Like you see for silver, look, it's at all-time highs, and you expect at least consolidation of around 30%. Hopefully we get that for silver, because I'll be loading the bags, and 30% from the high is exactly $37, so I would be willing to put money in there, especially with a move like that. You can't carry on going up, so if it is going to touch this line, it has to blow off top, and then you're going to see major consolidation. This doesn't mean it's the end, it just means we're closer to the end than we were before the my buy entries. Like I say, the charts are incredible. They have done what they were supposed to do. Gold can still hit 20k, 10k, whatever the price, because they're going to carry on printing money for as long as we know. That's why the banks have probably fueled this rally, because they have been increasing the balance of gold in their Federal Reserve banking, just to ensure that they're saved of inflation once they do start money printing. Apart from that, silver looks good. It's going to be used for a lot of use cases like electric cars, solar panels. It's needed, which is why I favour it more than gold. The rich can use gold as a store of value, but silver, I feel like, is more useful, and they're going to use it for the wiring, for the chips that they use at Nvidia, for the data centers, for AI potentially, cars, electric cars, and solar panels. So it's got a proper use case, which is why I favour that. Overall though, the metals are probably going to go up over time because they're all going to be needed. And I think we're seeing a commodities bull run. So even palladium, I believe, is pumping like crazy. It's starting to move because the bottom was at 800. Platinum is moving as well. So just keep an eye on them. And maybe once they do consolidate, maybe once we do see some further downside from silver and gold, it might be time for an entry. But I don't want to buy when everybody else is buying, because I feel like a sheep. You don't want to be a sheep or you'll get slaughtered.